Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Phoenix Suns and if they're actually contenders for the NBA title and how good they actually are compared to the rest of the teams in the NBA. Now, when the Phoenix Suns capped off a spectacular 8-0 performance in the NBA bubble by getting Chris Paul, many people were optimistic, but even the most optimistic Phoenix Suns fans couldn't have seen this happening. Phoenix now has a record of 38-15 and sit behind the blazing Jazz in the Western Conference for the second seed. Before we go any further, I'd just like you guys to subscribe to the channel and like this video because that would help me out a lot. And enough of that, let's continue. The Phoenix Suns are playing some great all-around basketball, however they aren't really being taken seriously as contenders. The Phoenix Suns have a defense and offense that is at least 2% better than the league average team, and since 2010-11, all teams that have had this mark have reached the conference finals. So the Phoenix Suns are definitely in a good position in the stacked Western Conference. Phoenix currently have a plus minus of 6.9, which is second in the whole NBA behind the surging Utah Jazz, who have a plus minus of 9.4. This metric basically means that the Phoenix Suns are 6.9 points better than the other teams that they play. So if they were to play on any given night, a 6.9 point win would be the most likely outcome. Obviously, it's an average figure though, so it's not going to be that simple. But with that said, the Phoenix Suns for week 17 of this season were number one in the power rankings. With their current tally of 38 wins in a 72-game season, the Phoenix Suns have locked up the first winning season since 2013-14 when the team went 48-34. However, as you may know, in that season, they missed out in the playoffs by one game despite having 48 wins. This year's version of the Phoenix Suns is going to make the playoffs, and holding on to that second seed looks ever more likely with the team's consistent play. The Phoenix Suns are getting it done. Devin Booker is having a great season for the Phoenix Suns, averaging 26 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds per contest on 50% shooting from the field and then 37% shooting from the three. Devin is really thriving with the chance to play with a player like Chris Paul and also the development of his supporting cast such as Miles Bridges, Cam Johnson, and then players like Dario Saric on the bench. And also, Chris Paul may not be having the best statistical season of his career, but his impact on winning cannot be denied as he took OKC to the playoffs when they had a 0.2% chance, and then also throughout many other situations in his career such as in Houston, in LA, and also in New Orleans. He impacted winning and created winning for the teams he's been on. This season he's been averaging 16 points, 9 assists and 5 rebounds per game, and his veteran leadership has helped settle and guide the young team throughout many experiences and has helped the team pick up on winning ways. And as impressive as their quote-unquote big three has been, excluding them, the Phoenix Suns have 4 other players averaging in double figures in points, with them being Michael Bridges, Jay Crowder, Dario Saric and Cameron Johnson. The Suns are also doing it on both ends of the floor as they have a top 10 offense and defense, along with a net rating. They have a lead star with a supporting actor, with that being Devin Booker and Chris Paul respectively. They have a coach in Monty Williams who makes the right calls, which seems to be a key factor in leading them towards playoff success. However, it is worth noting that this team, besides Chris Paul and Jay Crowder too, is lacking playoffs experience, which in some cases can be rather overrated. But as of lately in the NBA, you only really need a few key playoff experienced players who can, lead the rest of the group. The Lakers last year had various veteran pieces on their roster, and it did impact their winning, with Rondo stepping up, LeBron James being LeBron James, and although Danny Green didn't really play to his full capability, he still was a player who has won titles before and knows what it takes to win. Now, against Western Conference contenders, the Phoenix Suns are 2-0 against the Los Angeles Lakers. However, in one of those games, the Lakers were missing Anthony Davis, and in the second game, the Lakers were missing both Anthony Davis and LeBron James, which kind of loosens the season series as the Lakers were consistently missing key pieces. And against a full-strength Clippers team, in one meeting, the Suns felt by 10 points, losing 113 to 103. And against the Utah Jazz in their only meeting of the season, the Suns prevailed in overtime, winning by 4 points, 117 to 113, against a full-strength lineup. From these matchups, you can see that Phoenix can contend with the contenders, and they can play to a good standard, but due to the lack of a sample size, it becomes really hard to predict where Phoenix will show up in the playoffs. I think that Phoenix will make it past the first round quite clearly, but I think that in the second round, if they match up against one of the Lakers or the Clippers, I think they will fall, and it will be a contested series. Probably in 6 games they'll go out, and it will be a good start to getting Devin Booker back to, well, I guess what he wants to do, which is contending. And Chris Paul was a player that isn't really showing too much age, and they traded for him, they gave up pieces, so you might as well buy into that. And they're only going to get better with the likes of Miles Bridges developing on the 3-and-D, and Cam Johnson also developing. Now guys, if you liked that video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to share it with some Phoenix fans that you know. Goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.